Culture is one of the things that represent each country. It is the heartbeat of a nation that reflected through tradition, food, clothing, and belief. But instead of talking about all of that, I want to talk about other type of culture. The one that every country develop, not just to express who they are, but to protect themselves. The one I'm talking about is martial arts. Now, I don't want to talk about all martial arts in the world. Each one of them has its own story, but this video is focused on just one. A martial art that is deeply connected to its lands, its people, and its philosophy. But before we talk about it, let's take a moment to talk about China, the place where it all began. Well, since you guys have seen the highlight, I'm assuming that you guys must have known a little bit about China, right? Wait, you don't? Fine. Let me explain one more time. So, pay attention, okay? China is one of the oldest civilizations in the world. With more than 5,000 years of history, it is a land filled with philosophy, traditions, and wisdom. From its mountain to its temples, every corner of China tells a story, not just of power, but of balance, harmony, and inner peace. Chinese culture is deeply influenced by ideas like Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism. It teaches us values such as respect, discipline, patience, and self-control. These ideas don't just live in books or temples. They live in movement. They live in the way people carry themselves, in art, in silence, and in strength. And from this very culture, the martial art was born. And we finally reached the main point of the video. I'm gonna talk about one of the famous martial arts in the world. Martial art from China that is called Kungfu. For those who have no idea about this martial art, don't worry, I will explain it one by one. We start it by the history of Kung Fu. Kung Fu or Gong Fu is a term that means skill achieved through hard work and time. It's not limited to fighting. In fact, someone who masters painting, writing, or even tea making can also be said to have been Kung Fu. But over centuries, the term became closely linked to Chinese martial art, an art form that combines discipline, philosophy, and physical power.
The origin of Kung Fu goes back more than 4,000 years. Early Chinese warriors practiced forms of combat to protect themselves and their communities. This early movement was simple, influenced by hunting, animal instinct, and survival. But even back then, there was more than one thing that made Chinese martial art different. They were shaped not just by the body, but by the mind. Every martial art has their most important moments in their history, and Kung Fu has one too. It all began in the 5th century with the arrival of an Indian monk named Bodhidharma. He came to the Shaolin Temple, a peaceful monastery where monks spent long hours in their meditation. But the monk grew weak from the sitting still. So, Bodhidharma introduced a series of physical exercises to strengthen their bodies. This movement became the foundation of Shaolin Kung Fu, combining Buddhism, breath control, and powerful combat technique. From here, Kung Fu was no longer just a tool for survival. It's become a way to train the spirit, a way to master the self.
Martial arts are more than just fighting technique. They are a reflection of culture, philosophy, and discipline. This is the art of Wing Chun, a unique and influential martial art from China, known for its speed, precision, and deep connection to Chinese tradition. Originating from southern China, Wing Chun is a close-range combat system that focuses on simplicity, directness, and efficiency. It is one of the most widely practiced Chinese martial arts in the world today. Especially known through names like Ip Man and Bruce Lee. One of the most iconic training tools in Wing Chun is the wooden dummy, known as Muk Yan Jong in Cantonese. By practice with the wooden dummy, students can develop better accuracy, angles of attack, and learn how to flow smoothly from one movement to another. This practice technique helps a student to practice structure, angle and footwork, train precision in strike and block, develop correct timing and body alignment, learn how to attack and defend from multiple directions, and the last one is condition the arm and legs for impact. Another practice is Chi Sao or sticky hands. It helps develop reflex and the ability to sense your opponent's movement. Chi Sao involves two partners rolling their arms together in a flowing motion while maintaining constant contact. While doing this, each person learns to feel pressure on intention from the opponent, redirect or trap incoming force, counter-attack with speed and accuracy, react naturally, not through memorized moves. Chi Sao teach you to be relaxed but alert, use your opponent energy against them, stay balanced and center, attack without pulling back. It's often described as fighting without fighting because it sharpens your ability to react naturally in close combat. In conclusion, Wing Chun is more than just a martial art. It is a living part of Chinese tradition, passed down through generations, rooted in the philosophy of balance, efficiency, and inner harmony. Wing Chun reflects the values of Chinese culture. Legendary masters like Ip Man dedicated their life to preserving and sharing this art, and through them, Wing Chun has spread across the world.
Now that we have learned about Wing Chun, one of the traditional Chinese Kung Fu, I'm going to talk about Wushu, a modern and artistic version of Chinese martial art that has become a global sport. So, what is Wushu? The word Wushu literally means martial art in Chinese. But in today's context, when we say Wushu, we usually mean the modernized sport version of the Chinese martial art that was developed by the Chinese government in the 1950s. Have you ever wondered about why did they create it? Well, then let me explain to you. This is because China has hundreds of traditional Kung Fu styles and they vary greatly. To make martial art easier to teach, learn and compete with, the government created standard form, and that's how modern Wushu began. So, while Wushu is based on the traditional Kung Fu techniques, it's more structured, athletics and performance oriented. It's used in competition both in China and internationally. Next, we will move into the two categories of Wushu. Wushu has two main branches, which is the first one are Taolu and the second one are Sanda. First, I will talk about Taolu, which is mainly focused on forms and routine. Taolu is a choreographed set of martial art movement performed either solo or in groups. These cultures are very artistic because it's a mix of martial techniques, balance, speed, flexibility and expression. There are empty hand forms and weapon forms. Some of the weapons used include Jian, a straight sword that focus on elegant and fluid movement. Next is Dao, a broadsword that focus on power and bold. And then we have Gun that focus on fast movement and a sweeping movement. The last one we have Qiang, a spear that is sharp and dynamic. Many routines in Wushu are based on traditional styles, but they also include modern elements like jump kicks, aerial spins, and even gymnastic style flips. Judges score routine based on difficulty, precision, rhythm, and expression. Watching Wushu is like seeing martial art combined with dance, acrobatic, and theatre. For the second categories of Wushu are Sanda, the fighting side of Wushu. While Wushu is often known for its graceful movement, it also has a powerful combat style called Sanda, or called as Sansho, meaning free fighting. Sanda is a modern Chinese sport that combines punches, kicks and wrestling techniques. It was developed from the traditional Kung Fu, but adapted for full contact fightings. Fighters train to strike fast, defend well, and throw their opponents to the ground. Matches are usually held on a raised platform called a lei tai, where competitors need to wear protective gear and score points through clean hits, takedowns, and ring control. It's not just about power, but it is also about the strategy, balance, and timing. Sanda is also used in both military training and international competition. It's featured in the World Wushu Championship and the Asian Games, and it's practiced in many countries around the world, not just China. While Taolu show the art of Wushu, Sanda show its French. Together, they represent the full spirit of the modern Chinese martial arts. Wushu may have begun in China, but over the past few decades, it has grown into a truly international martial art. And today, more than 150 countries have active Wushu schools, federations, and national teams. The International Wushu Federation (IWUF) was founded in 1990, and since then, it has helped organize global competition, including the World Wushu Championship, the World Junior Wushu Championship, and regional tournaments across Asia, Europe, Africa, and the Americas. Wushu was also included in the Asian Games, being featured as a demonstration sport in the Olympics, showing the world both the athletic and cultural value of Chinese martial art. Famous martial artists like Jet Li and Wu Jing began their career as Wushu champions. Their performance in movies helped popularize Wushu beyond China and introduce it to millions of viewers around the world. Whether practiced for fitness, performance, or competition, Wushu continues to inspire people of all ages, promoting not just physical strength, but also disciplines and cultural understanding. So, to sum it all up, Wushu is a modern, athletic, and artistic expression of Chinese martial art. It evolved from Kungfu, but has become a global sport and cultural symbol. Whether through graceful routines or powerful combat, Wushu continues to honor ancient tradition while inspiring new generations around the world.
Now we're going to talk about Shaolin background, and then we're going to discuss the differences between Shaolin monk, and then we're also going to touch how their rank work. Shaolin refer to monastery and it associated with martial art tradition. Shaolin Monastery was created in 495 AD during Wei Dynasty in Henan Province, China. Shaolin Monastery is also known as Shaolin Temple, and it also known as for it is the birthplace of Chan Buddhism and the cradle of Shaolin Kungfu. Next, I'm going to talk about Shaolin monk. Shaolin monk made of two distinct groups. The first one is Shaolin Buddhist monk. They follow the tenet of Zen Buddhism and engage in meditation, spiritual practice, and philosophical studies. They may practice martial art, but their primary focus is on their Buddhist path.
They learn martial art as a form of discipline and not necessary for combat. Okay, next we're going to discuss about Shaolin warrior monk. The primary purpose of this type of monk is to practice martial art to defend the monastery and its inhabitants. Also, their martial art skills are honed for combat and self-defense. Shaolin martial art is the largest and the most famous style of Kungfu. It integrating Chan Buddhism with martial art. Shaolin martial art encompasses various types of techniques such as hand combat, weapon training, and physical conditioning. We can tell the rank between Shaolin monks by looking at the color of their robes. Firstly, Shaolin monks will wear grey color robes during the early stages of their training. Next, Shaolin monks will wear yellow robes. Shaolin monks will wear this color of robes during ceremonies, ritual, or certain advancing in their training. After that, Shaolin monks will wear brown color robe. This color of robe are often worn by senior Shaolin monk. It indicates their advanced level of training and their hierarchy. This type of monk have dedicated many years of their life practicing martial art and embodying the principle of Shaolin philosophy. And finally, Shaolin monk will wear orange color robes. They will wear this uniform during martial art practice demonstration, and it associated with energy, vitality, and the dynamic aspect of their martial art practice.
Even in today's days, Kung Fu is more than a martial arts. It is a symbol of Chinese culture respected around the world. It is found in film, sports, meditation, and everyday life. From Bruce Lee and Jet Li to Shaolin performers and peaceful Tai Chi in parks. Kung Fu continues to evolve, but one thing remains: Kung Fu teaches us that true strength is not just in the fist, but in patience, control, and self-mastery. And that is the story of how Kung Fu become not just a martial art, but a legacy.